Welcome. I'm Ron. This is Ageless Balance. So I want to start over because we got 3 pieces today. We got the warm up that we'll start with right now. Then we're going to go to strength. It'll be standing strength. And then finishing up with some core on the chair. Core on the chair. I've never said that before. It's like corn on the cob. Bring the arms up and around. It's not at all like that. It's just what went through my head. You got direct drive. Into my head, out of my mouth. Bring it around the opposite direction. Bring the arms up and around. Let's get the shoulders moving every direction because we will be using the shoulders in all directions. All right. Because they're universal. We should use them for everything they're made for. Bring the heels up to the butt like that. Shoulder blades back at the same time. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Bring the heel up. Use the chair if you need it. You can just switch arms. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Feel the stretch. Feel the work. Up, up. Couple more. And there. That was a couple more. Feet wide. Hands on the thighs. Go just into a hip hinge. Stretching out hamstrings here, the back of the thighs and the glutes. And as soon as you start to feel a stretch, you're there. Push up through the heels. Bring the butt in. And again, down. So make sure you're getting the butt back as you do this. Knees stay over the ankles. You want to feel the stretch coming out through the back of the legs, upper legs, and back up. One more time. Take it down. This time while you're down there, bring your arms out front. Push the butt out a little farther because you got some counterbalance out front. You get the butt back. And then knees over the ankles, push through the heels, and bring the arms up overhead like that. We should go into a side bend from here. Yes. Up at a diagonal. Here on the inside of the upper arm, reach that shoulder up as high as it'll go. Reach for the ceiling. And bring it back. Back into that hip hinge. Down, butt back. And again, we're going to bring the arms up overhead. Roll the shoulder blades back. Side bend on the other side. Take your time with it. Feel the stretch through the rib cage. Nice deep breath in. Gives you a little more stretch through the lungs. Opens up those ribs just a little bit more. Back here. Down, hands on the thighs. Stay wide. We're going to go down into a side bend. So, side bend. No, we're not. We're going to go into a lateral weight shift is what we're going to do. Don't be bending on the side. Do what I do, not what I say. Isn't that what they say? And push back up. Shoulders stay square to the floor, just like you're doing a hip hinge. Only thing, you bend one leg only. That one. And then this one stays stationary. Straightened out. Arms out to the side. We're going to bring it around. So you get in this rotation through the shoulder girdle only, but your torso still goes right toward the floor. Doesn't have to go very deep, just that's the direction. So all we care about is that we don't turn the torso off to the side, bring the knee out past the foot. All we're doing is rotating those arms. Doesn't matter how far, doesn't matter how deep you get. And bring it back up again. Step out to the side, arms up over the top. So we brought the arms all the way up and down. We brought them around in circles. Now we're bringing them side to side because they're a universal joint. Up and over. I'll keep saying that. Just a reminder, shoulders go in all directions. Bring it in. Start taking a deeper breath in as you step out. And exhale as you come back. Stagger step. Feet parallel. Knee over the ankle on the front leg. Shoulders back. You got that neutral posture. Back of the head to the tailbone, a straight line. Got that? Keeping the knee right above that ankle. We're going to just come down over the top of it. Weight's going into the heel of the front foot. We're going to take and bring the arms up halfway as we bring the back up. Rotation over that front leg. Take it easy with this. If you haven't been doing a lot of turning today, you want to warm the spine up, those muscles, before you start moving too hard with them. Other side, same thing. Always start easy. You can get in more intense later. Knee over the ankle. Hands on the thigh. Making sure the shoulder blades stay back. Chest is out. Butt is back. And hands down, reaching down toward that knee, and then bring the arms up, pushing through the heel of that front leg. From right here, we're going to do that rotation over the front leg. As far as it's comfortable for you, just want to feel a little stretch back there. Don't go too far with it. Don't let the knees turn and back down. So where you're going to run into problems, if you let the hips turn, you're going to feel the knee turn. You're going to feel the weight come up off the foot on one side. Then you're in trouble because you've got a lot of strain on that lower back while you do that rotation. All right, high knee right there. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Again, if you need the chair, you should use it. You should use it. You want to do what's right for you all the time. Up. What you feel comfortable with. Challenge yourself. You want to challenge yourself all the time, but if you don't feel comfortable doing it, use an assist. Find a modification. Do one of the other things that I do that you can work with instead that makes you more comfortable. Arms up at the sides in the cactus. Goalposts. Touchdown. Leg up and around. So we're going to bring the shoulders around, lift the leg right straight up and back. Let's do it that way. Roll the shoulders first, get that rotation first, and then just lift that leg up just a little bit off the floor. And then little by little, as you find your balance on that stationary leg, see if you can lift the leg as you do the rotation. If not, don't. Do one at a time and then lift it up, squeeze, and back to center. Again, you make this yours. Whatever you feel like doing today, however you feel, listen to your body at all times. One more time, up and around. And bring it back down. Did I mention the shoulders are a universal joint? Did I say that? Arms up, pulling down. Make a fist. Tighten up the arm all the way up, all the way to the shoulder. Like you're pulling yourself up, up. You know, like Marcel Marceau? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like that. Coming up the rope, pull it down, pull you up, tighten your grip, a little more stretch through the arms, a little higher, and you're there. Side to side steps. 4 that way, go that way, whatever that way is for you. 1, 2, 3, wherever you are, try to get the camera in the middle, okay? 3 and 4, back. 1, 2, 3. That's what I have to worry about. So you're picking the heel up first, then the ball of the foot. Concentrate. Back leg as it comes in. Lift it. Don't just drag it. I see this all the time where they just drag that back leg in. Lift. Both of them have to come up. If you're in a position where you need to move quickly, you need to pick both feet up. If you don't, that foot drags and it's going to tip you right over. All right, let's get the arms involved at the same time. So bring that foot in, rotate the shoulders, reach up at a diagonal, but don't turn the hips. Keep the hips forward and back. 1, 2, 3, other arm up. Make sure that the back arm, the arm that's going to the back, is reaching behind as far as you can, getting that shoulder girdle to turn all in one, and then back again. 1, 2, 3, rotate. So the middle of the spine is where the rotation happens. We want to make sure that that's where we keep it, but we get as much out of it as possible. Otherwise, that locks up. And then we have problems turning to see behind us. We're going to go across the front, just right straight out to the side. Again, roll the shoulder girdle. This you're going to feel a little more in the upper back, shoulder blades. Over. 1, 2, 3. Reach and reach, and you're there. Last one we're going to do, skaters. I like skaters. Back, tap, tap, and tap. Reach back, touch. Arms across, alternating which arm is on top and which arm is not on top. Right over left, left over right. Sounds like I'm going to tie a square knot. That's how we learned it in Boy Scouts. Right over left, left over right. Back, forward. All right. I think we've got the shoulders going in all directions. We've opened up the hips. We've got the back moving. Oh, wait, I did forget one. Let's go into a plie squat. I didn't get the legs. What? Quadriceps. Down. Knees stay over the laces of the shoes. Don't let the knees collapse. You don't want to look like that. You want to be out here using those muscles on the outside of the hips roll up, push through the heels, and bring it up again. Take it down, butt right straight back. Roll underneath and push up. We will be using this later, so let's do it one more time. Make sure we get those muscles warmed up before we do that. Get it back down as far as you can go. Wherever that is, what you want to make sure of is that the torso stays in alignment. Don't let yourself drop down and try to get deeper. And push through the heels. Bring yourself back up. Grab yourself one weight for this first exercise. One weight. We're going to go through a set of very basic exercises. It does not mean they're easy. It just means they work one muscle group, one major set of muscle groups. You guys have lots of muscles involved. They call weightlifting, it's muscle, the body's like a symphony. Each piece has to do its job, whether it's holding it in place or whether it's a movement. Doesn't matter. Every muscle has to work on every movement, especially the core. Always the first. We're going to go out with a narrow row. So bring your torso over that leg like we did in warm-ups. Make sure the shoulders are parallel with the floor. Arm is out just a little bit up. And then bring the elbow back. As you come back, squeeze the shoulder blade behind you. Get that shoulder blade involved, but don't let the torso turn. So what you don't want is pick it up and roll around with it. That's really hard on the back. So I shouldn't show it like that. All right, you ready? Right here. This is for the shoulder blades. This is for all the shoulder blades in the audience. Reach and bring it around as far as is comfortable for you with that rotation of the shoulder blade, but feel the muscles working across the shoulder blade, along the edge of it, inside edge, going toward the spine. All of that should be involved. When you hold the weight here, you should feel it in the front of the shoulder. Right here, you feel the biceps working because you've got that elbow at 90. So lots of muscles involved, but it's these back here. Top of the shoulders. 15 seconds left on this one. Down and up. Make sure you're not turning. Make sure the knee is still over the ankle. If you feel that knee collapse, flare out or collapse, readjust to the other side. We have this tendency, hold on, take a break, 10 more seconds. We have this tendency to just kind of let the knee wobble or the foot goes to the side because we have better balance that way, but we're not using the core. And this is where we want to be right here. Other side, ready? Bring it back, shoulder blade around and out. Make sure you're keeping those shoulder blades back. Don't forget, shoulder girdle square with the floor. Out and in. Roll that shoulder back. What you're cueing on here is this other shoulder. If you feel this shoulder come down at all, that opposite shoulder, you're not getting those muscles in the upper back. This has to stay stationary so those muscles can pull. Otherwise, you're just turning the torso and using the sides of the core. This is not the core session yet. That's coming. 8 seconds. Out, in, and out. Deadlift. So we're going to have the hands out front, shoulders back, chest out. First thing to worry about or think about is the back of the head to the tailbone never leaves the straight neutral position. So you're going down and up. Second thing, knee stays over the ankles. So the hinging happens right here in the hips, butt back, butt in. No movement there. It's a hinge, but it's not moving. All right, so it's not going over the toes. Weights out front, shoulders back, always keeping that neutral. Ready? Don't go any lower than the knees. Once you get there, if you can get there, all you want to do is feel these muscles stretching from the hamstrings and the glutes and the back chain, and then come back up. These are the muscles specifically that this exercise works. Going down deeper, rolling your shoulders down, trying to touch the floor. Doesn't do a thing. It's how far back the butt goes that you really need to concentrate on. As far back as you can get it, feel the muscles stretch just a little bit. And as soon as they do, bring it right back in again. Don't forget, feet are flat on the ground. Letting my shoulders go down. Keep it up. There we go. And push through one more time. Bring the hips in. Last one. Down and up. Feel that? Feel that? Next one, biceps curls. So biceps curls is palms forward. Working the muscles, it works more of across the muscle. But if that hurts, so rolling the hands out like that can have an impact on the arm, the shoulder. If that hurts to do that, you come in to where it doesn't. This is a neutral grip, hammer grip, neutral grip. When you do that, you're putting the arm in alignment. It puts less pressure on those joints. So whichever one works for you. This one's a little more impactful, but if you can't do it, you got options, lots of them. You ready? Let's go. Anywhere between neutral grip and biceps works. Up nice and slow. Shoulder blades stay back. You want to keep your neutral position. Little bend in the knees as you do this. Up 3/4 of the way. Full stop. And back down. Take your time. Take your time right here. That's where the work happens. Farther away the weight is from your body, the more work is involved. And that's also why you keep the elbows pointed toward the floor as you do this. Get that weight away from the body. That's where the lever length happens. Now, if this weight is too much for you right here and you can't hold it, then you can bring the elbows in a little bit, and that's where your modification comes in. Or you can extend back out to make it a little more challenging, or you can just put the weights down. There's always that. One more, and then we'll take a break. Grab yourself one weight. We're going to go into a goblet squat. Goblet. Let me use a more visible weight. There we go. So I've got the bell in the hands. Can you see that? Bell in the hands. Feet are out wide, but they're pointed forward. They're straight. Parallel is the word I'm looking for. Weight right against the chest. As you come down, knees come forward just a little bit. But really what you want to do is, as the knees go forward, the butt goes back. You're sitting down in a chair. Roll the hips underneath, push up through the feet, flat on the ground, to the very top. This is a quadriceps exercise, front of the thighs. Big, big muscle group. So I want to make sure we get those. We want to keep strong muscles strong. We also want to get those fine motor muscles strong too, though. So they should all be strong. We'll just work on everything. Down. That's why we're taking our time. As we do these, working the muscles, squeeze. Don't just go down and up and not feel it. I can't stress that enough, that you make this as hard as you need it to be to challenge yourself. Tighten up those legs. Come up slow. As you do, feel every muscle contract all the way up. 15 seconds left. Roll and push. Up. Down. Roll. This is the last one. Come up slow. Come up slow. Bring that hip underneath. Push up through the foot on the floor, and you're there. You should grab a drink of water. That's what you should do. You're thirsty. You're getting very, very thirsty. I need one of those watches going back and forth, or one of those spinny things. Like we're in Time Tunnel. I think that was the TV show. Do. I was watching some of the Twilight Zones this weekend. Still, shows are great. These shows are great. Next one we're going to do is a shoulder press. So be ready. Be ready. I'm going to go through the options before we start. So this is a military press. Elbows out. Thing with the military press, as you roll that shoulder out, you may feel stretch, and it may be an uncomfortable stretch, bringing the hands out here like this. If that's the case, roll them in. Palms facing each other, elbows in too. So don't just kind of go light, easy, put the arms wherever they want to go. If you're going to go neutral, use the chest to force those elbows in and hold them right there. That way we can work the chest muscles at the same time that we're working the shoulders. Find one that works for you. Finally, you can do Arnold press. Palms forward, palms back. That can be a lot of work. Again, your shoulder's going to dictate what you're able to do. Or you hold it right here. This is always a very good workout right here. If you have any shoulder issues at all, just hold them up a little bit and keep them tight the whole time. Isometrics, you will love it. You're going to love it in an instant. Up. We're doing it now. Sorry. I'm done doing examples. This is the real stuff now. This is the real McCoy. Up nice and slow. Keep the weights just a little bit in front of the head. Keep the shoulder blades back. If you are doing this, the military press works a little more of the shoulders. You're going to feel it more. But as you come down, bring the elbows back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. That would be a lat pull down on a machine. Bring it down. We got 9 seconds left. Up and back, or just hold right there. Last one. And down and down. Calf raise. See how we're going top bottom? So you can give your body a rest. We give parts of it a rest. So you can do this a lot of different ways. We could do all lower body and really push it all the way, or we could take a break in between. This is a very basic routine. I love this routine, but one of the things it does is it alternates between upper and lower body to give yourself a chance to cool down. All right, this one's going to be heels up, working the calf muscles in the back of the lower leg. Up, legs, and down. How high you bring your heels, doesn't matter. Of course not. You just bring them up as much as you can. What you want to do is first, roll the hips underneath. Your base of support are the balls of the feet. You want to get the hips right over the balls of the feet. That's where you're balanced. Toes are only for balance. They are not to put weight into. So 2 things. Don't lock the knees out as you come up, and don't lean forward or back as you're up here. You want to be over your base of support. Tighten up those muscles. Make the core work to hold you there. All right. We ready? Are we ready? Let's go. Up. Are you ready to rumble? Remember, you want that ball of the foot all the way across the floor. Great toe to little toe. Up. So you're always working those muscles in the legs to keep that foot flat on the ground. For me, it's the inner thighs work really hard because I have this tendency to roll out. And back down, so you can put the feet on the floor to rest for a second before you come back up again. Or you can do these little tiny pulses that keeps those muscles under tension the whole time. Oh, but you're done for right now. On we go. Upper body. Upper. Well, actually, shoulders. So there's a muscle in the very front of the shoulders that lifts these 3 muscles around the shoulder. You want to get them strong so that they can stabilize the shoulder and also so they protect it. So if you do fall, if you have tight muscles there, if you have strong muscles with a lot of density to them, they're going to absorb a lot of shock. Okay, 2 weights or 1. My shoulder is an issue, so I'm just going to hold the 1 weight. Shoulder blades are back. Knees are bent just a little bit. Weight comes up in front. No higher than parallel with the floor. And then back down again, but don't let it just drop. Hold it out front. Keep those muscles under tension longer. All right, ready to start? Here we go. Let's start the Family Feud. Up, hold, and down. Nice and slow. Make those muscles work in the front of the shoulder. Feel these muscles engage as you lift the weight, whether you're working 1 or 2. So you could have 2 weights here. Bring them up and back down. You can do it palms in. Whatever works for you, whatever is best for you. You shouldn't feel pain, but you should feel work happening, and it should be in the front of the shoulder. Shoulders, plural, up. There are 2. 2. Hold, and back down. We want to go 2 more. There's 1. Nice and slow back down. Last one. Up, 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 and down, down, down. In a burning ring of fire. All right, we're going to take the weight. Hold it between the fingers. So you're going to make that kind of like the goblet, except the other way around. Taking the weight and letting it hang right up front with your fingers around the bell. That's a dead hang right there. On this one, we're going to go into the plie we talked about and practiced earlier. Knees go over the laces of the shoes. Weight goes into the butt. So you go a little bit forward with the knees, but what you're really trying to do is push the butt back as far as you can get it, sitting into it. So as you come down, the butt goes farther back, not knees go farther forward. Back, and then roll the hips underneath with the feet just plastered to the floor. Toe to heel, push right straight up with the hips underneath you, driving up nice and slow. It's a squat, so you're going to feel it in the quadriceps. This is really good for the inner thighs and the glutes at the same time. It's really good for those two. I really like plie squats. They're good. They're good exercises. Good stuff, Maynard. Down, ready, let's go. Up and push. Back half of the foot is doing most of the work as far as the feet goes, but you're really working those glutes to hold the butt forward as you come up, squeezing, and back down. Because it's a squat, knees are going just a little bit over the laces of the shoes. And as you come up, you bring the hips in and extend the legs at the same time so the knees don't go up past the toes, because that's a knee injury. That goes right through the meniscus. Up and push. Big muscles, quadriceps, hamstrings, they're great big muscle groups. And those should be doing the work when we stand up. Not little muscles like the knees, what goes through the knee. One more time. Up, push, and you're there. One last, that is 2. So I like to do these as individual exercises because you can do both arms, back, and up. I get more out of doing an individual, and I can concentrate on just this side, making sure my shoulders are square. When I use 2, it's a lot harder to get both shoulder blades together as I'm doing this. And it pulls me forward. So stagger step, use a chair if you need it here. Got it, like that. And we're going to take the elbow, bring it all the way back. Hold in this position the entire time. Extend at the elbow and bring it back in. Check the shoulders, make sure they're parallel with the floor. Let's go. Again, don't feel any movement through the knees. They're rock solid. Rock solid. Out. And another thing is, don't let the wrist move on this. Make the wrist and the fingers grip that weight instead of letting the fingers do all the work right here. Bring it in, work the forearm too. Get our grip strength. We need grip strength. It's important. And we lose it. We stop gripping. In, out. Then we're using that knife to tap on everything on the top. You ever do that and then bend the top? And then you can't get it off at all. And in and out. Other side. It was one thing when I really first started weightlifting and had really built up. I noticed I was breaking shoelaces all the time. It was kind of cool, but it's also kind of a pain. All right. Elbow back. Shoulder square to the floor. Bring yourself forward just a little bit, whatever's comfortable for you. That angle doesn't matter. What really matters is that the back stays straight and that you don't twist. Out and in. Take your time. Come to a full stop at the end. Don't lock out the elbow, though. You don't want it backward. You don't want to feel that little pop where it goes into full extension. That's putting a lot of strain on the on that joint, the elbow joint. Yeah, that one. Out. Shoulder blades stay back. I go there. My shoulders just roll forward a little bit. And that will hurt the back. One more time. Out. And you're good. That was your upper body workout. Set your weights down. It's time for water. Cool, clear water. We're going to do some core stuff. So for these exercises, a couple different ways you can do them. If you're ever doing them at home, you can do them once through. The usual would be 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. And then just go through every exercise once. But 30 and 15 works too. Just get the muscles working. Get them engaged. And then once through, or you can do it twice through. When I did this a lot, I would do each exercise back to back. I'd work for 40 seconds, take 20 seconds off, and then go do it again. Usually my second set would be lighter than my first set because I'd try to max out on the first and then go down. That's if you're looking to really get big. And if you're not trying to do that, then you just, same weight both times, just feel those muscles engage and tighten the fists up because that's how you make those muscles really, really work. All right, really. You ready? Crunches. Find your neutral. Ears over shoulders, over hips. Arms hang down to the side, nice and easy, like that. First thing we're going to do is a little pelvic tilt. So squeeze the glutes back here. Just squeeze them a couple times. Get a good feel for that. Feel the hips roll forward. If you exhale at the same time, now you're going to feel the muscles in the lower half of the core, belly button to pelvis also engage, and you'll get a little more tip out of the pelvis. It's a pelvic tilt. And that should be all that's moving. You'll feel the lengthening of the lower back. You feel the muscles in the butt working as well as the lower abs. It's a good exercise to do absolutely anytime. You could be standing up and do this. It doesn't matter. Do it every day. Do it for a couple seconds. Do it for a minute. Do it for 30 seconds, like 3 times a day. Snacking, we call that. Little bits throughout the day. All right, upper body, bring that into it. Arms right straight out front, looking over the hands. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Catch me down there. Up here, shoulders are back. Same thing with the lower body, but this time as you exhale, just roll those shoulders out and feel the muscles work from the belly button up to the rib cage, lower rib cage. You're exhaling through pursed lips, but not forcing. It's not a super hard. Harder you push through the air through the lips, the more you risk elevating your blood pressure, and you want to be careful of that. So it's constricted, but not hard. It slows it down. That's really all it does. Because the longer you can keep the muscles under tension, the more you work them. Okay, don't forget the lower half. Squeeze the glutes. Lower abs, upper abs. Full stop. And then back in again. Find your neutral before you start over. Want to do one more? Sure. Let's do one more. And back. And back. All right. Hands to the side. First thing I want you to do is take and practice pulling that shoulder blade down. So take the shoulder and just use these muscles through the back from the shoulder blade all the way down to the hips. Work at pulling that shoulder down. So you're working a set of muscle groups right here just by doing this. Strengthening up the core, strengthening up the outside of the rib cage. Muscles around the rib cage, down and up. That's called putting the shoulder blades in the pocket. Now both hands, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a forward hip hinge, and at the same time, roll the shoulders around to the side. So you're not turning the torso to the side. No movement through the sits bones whatsoever. It's the shoulder girdle. Again, you're rotating from the middle of the back around. Draw this shoulder down as much as you can. Don't forget the lower abs. You're squeezing the glutes every time you do that as well. Getting those lower abs involved as well as the upper abs, bringing you down. So you're reaching through the shoulders, not the arms, not the back. All right, here we go again. Small move. It's a really small move. Back over to the other side. Over. So this is a great exercise for getting the upper abs, the lower abs, and those obliques, those rotational abs. reach for the sky. Actually, reach for the floor. Make sure when you do this, be really careful not to let the chin come to the chest like you're trying to touch the floor. It's not what it's about. It's about feeling the muscles in the back work all the way down and through the core, all the way front to back, side to side. All right, sit right there. Stay right there. One leg out, shoulder blades back. Hands on the chair, use them as a kickstand to get started here. But get your butt out to the edge of the chair. Get your butt out there. Get on the edge of the chair. You want that glute fold to be right on the edge of the chair. Use the arms as kickstands instead of being back here and lifting. At that point, all you're doing is working the calf muscles. What we want to do is lift that leg up. Still working the calf muscles, but also getting into the hip flexors, lower abs. Butt squeeze. Don't forget that. So none of the breathing changes. How far you can get that leg up does not matter, but if you can't get the leg off the floor without bending forward to get it up, then you bend that knee and bring the foot closer to the torso. Bring it in as much as you need it. Once you can get it up there, not a lot of problem, then you can just move it out. Half an inch. Challenge yourself just a little bit more. But the minute you're going back forward again, just back it up a little bit. And that's the great thing about these exercises. You can make those incremental changes, those little tiny changes, instead of having to go like with the different weight or using ankle weights. Just move the foot around. That's all you need to do. Again, other side, you ready? Brace the legs set. So concentrate on the glutes, lower abs when you do this. Again, start out easy. You can, once those muscles warm up, they'll do more. But just don't ask them to do it while they're still cold. Always going down slowly. So you're breathing in at the top and then exhaling lightly as you bring the leg back down again. Don't forget the glutes and the lower back as you're dropping that leg down. Make sure everything around here is tight and stable. And move it back in. Together now. Arms at the side. We're going to do just a little lift and at the same time reach down. So it's like a bicycle. Tell you what, bring the knee in a tuck and then reach at the side. So you're coming in with the knee. I was going to work our way into this, but we're running out of time. So let's get right into it. All right. I was hunched forward. I want my shoulder blades back. Just bringing that knee in. You can keep the heel on the floor if you want. Just tuck. Squeeze the glutes. And up. If it works for you, a little bit of tuck, but remember, don't let the shoulders come forward. Chin should never come any closer to the chest. Not at all. One more time. And back. If you concentrate on that shoulder blade coming down on that lead shoulder, you're going to feel everything else just come right into place. That is really the key to this exercise. Shoulder blades are back. Pull that one down. Everything works then. It's just smooth movement. Ready? Other side. That does not work for you to get that rotation. If you can't do that full rotation, knee in, reach over that knee. You're still rotating. Still bring that shoulder blade down. So you get that extra little built-in workout in the back at the same time. And down. That was a head-to-toe workout. Grab yourself some water, and we will move to the to the cool it down from a standing position. All right, we used upper body a lot, so let's stretch out the hands, the wrists, forearms, upper arms, shoulders, and chest. All of that off just as one move. Amazing. Up. Shoulder blades are back. Open up the chest. If you can't get them up there that high, don't, but try to get the hands to roll up as much as you can. The more you do it, the more you're going to get that rotation. Less problems you're going to have in the fingers with pain in the hands. Side bend, ear on the inside of the upper arm. Or just make sure that the shoulder and ear are in the same plane and you don't let the head drop down to the shoulders. That is hard on the neck. Pull it up. Use that opposite hand to drag you back up again over to the other side. And pull it back up again. Shake that out. We're going to go into our stagger step, the ever popular, ever famous, infamous knee over the ankle, both feet parallel, arms up, palm and wrist together because you want the elbows in a straight line, which keeps the shoulder girdle in a straight line. And then do that rotation. No movement through that front leg at all. As long as the foot is flat on the floor, you're in good shape. Because the minute the hips start to turn, you're going to feel that foot come up. If you got that far and you can't control it, you went too far. Just give that back time to stretch out over time. It will. The more you do these, the more flexible you get. And the more flexible you get, the easier life is by such a long shot. Shake that out. We're going to grab onto the back of the chair, going into a hip hinge. Getting the muscles in the lower body now. Just fall into it, keeping the back straight. Hold on to the back of the chair. And then use it to help you back up so that the shoulders and the back never drop. Keep the shoulders up. Keep yourself in neutral. Step into the chair as you push off so that it's so much easier to keep that back in neutral. If you try to come up when you're out here, eventually you're going to pull that head up and then start using that lower back, which is not made for that. Try it again. Down. Exhale. Let it stretch. Those muscles are warmed up now. This is when we get the stretch out of them. It's not a lot. There's never a lot of stretch at any one time. It's minimal. Minuscule even. But it comes. And that's why you just have to keep doing it all the time. You can only get so much out of it. Step out to the outside like that. Bring the arms up overhead like this. Take a deep breath. Push the stomach out. Exhale, coming back to center. Chair was in the way. Other side, up and over. Deep breath in, stomach out, exhale. Bring it back in. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Happy Monday. I will see you again on Wednesday. Come on back. We'll do something besides strength. Probably core. Yes.